All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and its truth and sincerity. And I want to do a video going into pretty much, the agenda of the beast, the agenda of the NWO, which is the image of the beast spoken of in Revelation 13. Okay. And, we're nigh at the door of things being pushed forward, and it's something that a majority of the people on the planet Earth are not going to realize until it's too late. Okay. And what that thing is pretty much, all right, the way that society is going, it's all leading towards the image of the beast, which is the New World Order. All right. And this isn't something new. This is something that's been tried on the earth, in times past. All right. And also multiple times, but one specific, one specific example being the Tower of Babel, all right, which we'll go into a little bit here in this video. But just want to read a little bit on this this article first, right off the World Economic Forum page. All right, this was published on the 29th of June of 2023, so a week ago. And this is entitled Central Bank Digital Currency Global Interoperability Principles. All right. And I'm just going to read a little bit of the synopsis, the summary of it here. I still want to go and fully read this whole PDF file of it. But just to get to the main points that I want to hit on, that being, this system that they're pushing out there, that they have been pushing up, these, and it's going to work, pretty much like you see the financial sector has been working for years now. And that's through a system that allows nations to all communicate within one infrastructure, and that, what they have in place now, the majority of the world is on the SWIFT system. All right, which a SWIFT system is a communications network of banks so that money can be transferred, and obviously, through the recent events, the last few years of that we've seen amongst, nations, where nations are now leaving the U.S. petrodollar. Nations are like China and Russia are creating their own systems. I believe Iran has one, which is their own little SWIFT program that they have in place. And these things are exactly how this new system is going to work. All right, being with the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, except it's going to be just one system for the entire earth to use. And starting from the apostles on down, we've been saying this for years and years. Okay, decades. All right, so this isn't something that should sound new to you. This should sound like a broken record, but the broken record is going to continue to get played until the fat lady sings. All right, so let's read a little bit of this, and then get a couple precepts, because again, like I said, this isn't something that's new. All right, this has been something that they've tried on the earth, of everyone coming together and being one. All right, and as we're going to read this in this article, this is, been something this is something that they're trying to do now. All right, so this is the article. It goes, the exploration of a central bank digital currency has gained significant momentum worldwide, with over 100 countries actively engaged in CBDC research and development. All right, and America is one of them as well. All right, you have the FedNow program, which is in effect as of July 1st of this year. All right. It says there is growing recognition of CBDCs as transformative tools in the future of digital payments. And what does that Revelation 13 say? He causes all, both small and great, to receive and mark upon their right hand or their forehead All right. So that no man might buy nor sell except he who has the what? The M to the A to the R to the K. All right. So this transformative tool in the future of digital payments is exactly what it's going to be. And this is all going to be intertwined with ESG. And if you don't know what ESG is, I suggest you to look it up and do some research on it. Because that is going to be a key factor that's going to play in with these CBDCs. Okay? It's going to play a very important factor in these CBDCs and how you can spend your money and what you can and cannot buy. All right? Which is where this devil, all right, is duping you people. All right, he's fooling you into believing that this system is going to be something that's going to be much greater than anything that's ever been seen on the earth. That this way of doing business and governance, all right, which is what ESG stands for, environmental social governance. This new form of governance on the earth is going to be what's best for society, what's best for the earth. And this is why throughout the years you've been hearing nothing but global warming talks. We have to do this, our carbon footprint, how much you're putting out into the environment. All right, now you buy a plane ticket and you see on there how much emissions that plane is going to release, the carbon footprint of that flight. Even iPhones has a section for your battery. If you go into your settings and you click on where it says battery, now I'm not sure of the older phones if it's part of an update or something, but I know the new ones, all right, these new iPhones, they have a section in there under battery where it talks about you can turn on the feature or turn off the feature, and it'll help with the carbon emissions, to lower your carbon emissions so that your phone will stop charging at certain times. All right. During COVID, they had set up a lot of homes with what's known as smart meters in homes. Okay. And again, this is all going into this ESG CBDC digital system that's being implemented on the earth. Because if they can govern if they can govern everything about you, including your electricity, all right, within an instant. And this is why they've also been setting up 5G towers, all right, because the 5G network is going to be the highway which this data that's going to be being transported in real time, all right, the 5G network is going to be that highway for all that data. Okay. And so this is what this article is going into, is a network that needs to be set up for everything to work as one. Okay. So it goes on to say, it says to ensure successful implementation and promote interoperability. All right. And let's get this word interoperability. Okay. Let's get this word interoperability. Bear with me. Just need to pull over real quick. Interoperable, between, operable. So it says inter meaning between, among, and operable, practicable, capable of treatment by operation. All right, let's look up the definition of interoperable. It says of computer systems or software able to exchange and make use of information. All right, the Oxford Dictionary defines it as of computer systems or software able to exchange and make use of information. So they need to make this, it says, and promote interoperability, to promote this information being able to communicate with each other effectively, efficiently. Because again, remember, ESG, environmental social governance, we need this to be as efficient, okay, as possible, so that we can market this system for the betterment of mankind. Because again, how they're presenting it and how they've been presenting it to the public is that this is something that's going to be what's better. It's more secure, more environmentally friendly. You no longer have to use cash. Now you can, through this FedNow program right here in America, for example, now you can send money to somebody in an instant. You don't have to wait for payments to be approved through your bank and their bank to approve it to receive it. And right now, if you have particular banks and you want to do Zelle payments, you got to send, and if you've never sent money to that person before, you got to acknowledge that who you're sending money to. You got to go through this whole process. Then that person, before they receive the funds, they got to acknowledge that they know who you are. They got to go through this whole little spiel before they can even receive the funds. Okay? And that's, Cash App the same way. You got to accept it. It's got to, you got to know who this person is, where with this Fed program, this digital currency program, everything's being monitored and it's in an instant. Money can be transferred from country to country, from person on one side of the earth to another person on another side of the earth, and it be done in an instant. Okay? It says to ensure successful implementation and promote interoperability, global coordination becomes paramount. You see, everybody needs to be on the same page. And this is where this devil setteth himself up as the Most High, because the Most High with his elect, all right, his people are as one. And the Israel of Israel that the Lord is dealing with in these last days is on one accord with the Lord, man. And see, what Esau's trying to push on the earth is his godlike power over the world, man. That's why the scripture says in 2 Thessalonians, he setteth himself up as the Most High. All right. So it goes on to say, it says, this report analyzes CBDCs from a regional perspective, identifying unique aspects and areas of alignment among jurisdictions. You see, so state to state, county to county, country to country. All right. Continent to continent. All right, including also different forms of digital currency. So a CBDC here in America being you sending money over to somebody in Argentina and they receiving it in their form of digital currency, all right, within an instant, with no delays. Okay. It says it highlights key principles that can serve as a basic for interoperable CBDC design, including trust, financial inclusion, payment efficiency, regulatory compliance, privacy, cybersecurity, and more. You see, so again, this is how they're marketing it as safe. This is going to be something that's more secure than ever before. Your money's going to be, you're not going to be scammed. You're not going to be robbed. Okay, you're gonna be able to do and make payments without the concerns of is my identity being stolen, which is a big thing that people worry about. I'm in a different town or I'm out of country. If I swipe my card here, is my identity, my card information going to be stolen, and now I gotta wait for a new card. Now I'm asked out because I'm in a different place. I'm not home. Okay. And, my information got took. So this is something that people are going to be completely on board, especially the people of this that are on board with the beast, man. And here in America, man, the majority of these people here are headstrong for this system, man. Anything that the leaders of this society push, these people are all for, man. It says this report calls for public-private cooperation, regulatory consistency. So the government, all right, governmental institutions and private institutions. So this is why they've been these small businesses have been getting pushed out of the picture, because they don't have they can be doing side deals, so to say. They can be selling goods off the system. But with these big box stores like Walmarts and Targets and all these different companies that have been buying up smaller companies to make it into one, this is why they've been doing all these things. Okay? so that everything can be under one umbrella. And same thing with the banks. This is why some of these smaller banks have been failing, because everything's being bought up. These bigger banks are buying up the smaller banks, and they're putting it right in your face, showing you that, oh, these places are failing, but really it's all planned. Okay? It says this report calls for public-private cooperation, regulatory consistency, innovation, and participation in standards development. You see, everybody being on one standard. And again, this is that devil being as the Most High, setting himself up as the Most High. All right? But his pride has deceived him, because as it says in the book of Job, that he should be disappointed. Okay? It says the principles presented in the report provide a foundation for CBDC interoperability and call for continued conversations and the establishment of enforceable standards. And how are they going to enforce these standards? Okay? Through changing up the system. So where if you want to go to the store and you want to buy groceries, you want to buy gas, unless you're a part of the system, you won't be able to. And this is how they're going to force you. This is where the part in that Revelation 13 where it says he causes all, both small and great. You see, you're going to be caused. This devil is setting the system up to cause you to have to switch over to it, unless you want to just starve and not be able to do anything. That's why I said that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, man. You're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to sell. You're not going to be able to do anything unless you have this charagma in you, man. Okay? It says, by understanding regional priorities, aligning areas of common interest, and adhering to interoperability principles, CBDCs can advance harmoniously, okay, meaning in tandem, together, can advance harmoniously, leading to efficient and interconnected digital payment systems. This report provides valuable insights for stakeholders involved in CBDC development, fostering a global future where CBDCs can thrive and realize their full potential in transforming the payments landscape. You see, and again, going back to that Genesis 11, all right? Going back to that Genesis 11, man, this is what these people are trying to do. All right, let me get this real quick and we'll close out. I just want to make that quick point. All right, Genesis 11. And these devils are going to be disappointed, man. All right, so Genesis 11:1, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. So everyone was of one mind. All right, everybody spoke the same things, and this is what this system is promoting. Everyone being of one accord, everyone being on one mindset. And if you're not, you're an undesirable and you have to be done away with and punished. So what greater way of being punished than not to be a part of society, not being able to partake in society unless you're of one mind, unless you're of one accord. And this is why it's called the NWO, the New World Order. Because if you are not a part of it, you are not a part of this world. And see, this is why it's been paramount for you to not be a part of this world. This is why Yahushua told us, you know, if you are friends with this world, you're not friends with the Most High, man. Okay? And it says, goes on to say, verse 2, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there, and they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them slowly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And see, what they were doing back then with this Tower of Babel was trying to escape the judgment of the Lord. They were trying to escape if the Lord flooded the earth again, they had this tower that was tall enough so that people could survive. And this is the same thing that they're doing. Esau Edom is trying to do with this new world order, with this new Tower of Babel, so to say, wherein he's trying to escape his punishment, wherein he's trying to get into his blessing. Okay? But it's not going to work, just like the Lord didn't allow this to work. Okay? So you see how back then these people all came together. Everyone was of one mind. Everyone was of one accord. Okay? And it said what? Verse 5, and the Lord Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. You see, but there was confusion, which is when you go into that word Babel, all right, Babel means confusion. Okay? When this is when the Lord divided the nations and their languages. Okay? And the Lord is getting ready to break this tower down once again and bring straight up confusion on the earth, because in the midst of all this planning, in the midst of these heathens imagining a vain thing of everyone coming together once again, it's going to fail in the midst of thereof. The Lord is going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. All right? While they grope at, while they, how's it go? Before they fill their belly. Okay? But hey, that's pretty much the point that I wanted to hit on. Like I said, I'll probably come back with a part 2 as I read more into this PDF file. But Lord's will, this was edifying. I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akimar on the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. With that, I say shalom.